Dawson Rider Wiki.
Hey YouTube, Dawson Rider here. Welcome to my review for the DX Kiramai Changer from the brand new Sentai series, Mashin Sentai Kiramager. Our second year finally getting back to wrist changers, which is something that I'm really happy about. I kind of prefer the more traditional approach. At least it's nice to get back to it after such an extended break of basically extended weapon changers and whatnot. But I haven't been going over the boxes too much lately, but I did want to highlight this one. I really like it. Like, it's really simple. It's not actually as cool looking as some of the ones for like the weapons, but I really like just the general look of having the changer on display here with the big shot of the Ranger there on the back. It's just, I don't know, I like the way this looks on display. Like, I almost want to display it with this in the box, but it would be kind of annoying to take it out every time. But still, I wanted to highlight that for some reason. You know how it is. Anyway, let's take a look at the changer. It is a very, very simplistic changer. That is to be sure. It's just basically a circle you wear on your wrist. You've got a nice thick wrist strap here. It's not one of the cheap ones, kind of like the Omnitrix ones, to be honest. It goes on there very easy. You know, you have the little security bit here, and so there's not too much to go over with that, but it fits on honestly most wrists pretty nicely, I would say, and I really like the secure ones. It's not like cheap or anything, but it's a very interesting design because it's obviously meant to be a wheel with the whole vehicle theme and whatnot, but it honestly, it looks so simplistic, and it's like this weird combo of, I like that we have a wrist changer, I think the design works for what it is. It actually looks a lot better in person than I thought it would with the chrome. Like, it looks a little bit less cheap, but let's face it, the design is very simplistic and almost cheap looking. Like, even in the show, it honestly looks like kind of one of those bootlegs you see in the store, or like you'll be browsing Amazon Japan or something and they'll have these sort of like cheap store ones you pick up that's like not really a changer or weapon from the show. It's like really basic. That's kind of what it looks like, to be honest. Like, I kind of dig it in a way because it's a wrist changer and I like that, but I also feel it looks cheap. But anyway, that's kind of my thoughts on that. Let's go ahead and go for the sounds though. So I really like the light on there and the way it glows with all the little designs here, and that goes throughout all the sounds, and it's got different color codings for the different mecha voices and whatnot, which is really nice, which is what I meant by the simplistic design kind of working for it, like this sort of almost talisman look of it. So it's basically based on a press screen here. There's 4 different buttons that do 4 different things. So this is going to be the transformation sequence, most simple. Let's go for it. And then to activate it, you spin the wheel. And that's pretty much it. There's no other like secondary sounds for it. So, like, I like the sounds for it okay. I think it's nice that it's not an obnoxious shrieking voice like the Kyoryuger or the Ryu Soldier ones. It's not as cool of a voice, but it's somewhere in the middle, like a normal voice, not too annoying, and the jingles are pretty decent. But I like the way that the LEDs lurk. They're lurking. Look at those lurking LEDs back there, guys. But the way the LEDs work as well with that. So now this is for the mecha. You get noises for each one individually. So you'll press it, it'll key up a mecha, it'll say its name and then a phrase, and then you can spin it to get another phrase from it before you cycle on. So let's go ahead and do that. So it'll stay on that. They'll have about 2 phrases, and it'll stay on that until you press the button again, or turn it off. What's Go have to do with this? And then you cycle back to the beginning. So that's really neat. I like the way it has a different colored LED for each mecha and that's connected to the Ranger so you know who it is, and it really adds to the feeling of the Changer feeling like a worthwhile device, and it's got differentiations between that instead of just one random LED. So I really like that, and I like that you have multiple sounds for each of them, and the fact that they're from the show adds personality to it. Now here's the call button. You'll press it and it'll basically ring and you answer it, and it'll do it each time for each different mecha voice. Whoops. So that's kind of cool. I like the interactive element to it, almost making it feel like a game and makes it feel a little bit more realistic. Well, I guess as realistic as it gets, but it's better than it just being one button that makes a random ringing noise. Now this one is going to be for the mecha formation noises, so just pressing it once. You get that. Then press it twice in succession. So that is pretty much what you get there. You get the noises for all the formations, land, sky, and main Kiramager, which is really neat. And that's pretty much about it for this changer, guys. Overall, I really do dig it for the most part. Like I said at the beginning, the design is rather simplistic, and I'm like go back and forth between like, oh, it really works for what it is, and I kind of like the way it looks with the chrome, but it also is almost cheap looking. But I really do like the functions. The sounds are pretty solid. I think for what it is, I really like that it's a simple changer without the gimmicks. You don't have to buy stuff like basically DLC to get all the noises, but it's not something like the Ryusoul changer where it's so basic you're not getting any noises really, even with the gimmicks. You're getting just everything self-contained, and I think you have a solid amount of noises just within the self-contained changer. The only note I have is, with mine personally, I have a slight problem with the button here for the mecha one on the press screen. Sometimes it's hard to get and you have to press it hard, so there might be some difficulties with that. I know I've had some toys and stuff like that which I've experienced in the past where the little press screen has some weak points where it just doesn't work. So that's my only real main drawback, other than design not being my favorite. But otherwise, I liked this a lot more than I thought I would. I think it's a solid changer, like I said, with a decent amount of sounds just packed in with it, and it's nice to be able to just buy it, have everything you need out of it, and you don't have to buy any physical DLC. Anyway, that's about it for this one. Until next time, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and climb the steps and ring that bell so you can get the notifications for all my videos. Dawson Rider, signing out.